Let's speak today about the most important constituent of team working, right? You must have heard or you must have seen me speaking about various elements related to team working. We are going to speak about the foundation of teamwork today. What is the foundation? Trust. If there isn't trust among the team members, it's not a team, it's a group of people. If there isn't trust between the leader and the team members, it's not a team, it's a boss and subordinates, but not a team. Now, what is this trust business? We all understand this word, we all use it number of times. But what do we understand by it? A lot of people have a misconception about trust, that trust is something which is absolute. Either there is trust or there is no trust. There can't be 70% trust or 80% trust or something like that. The reality is quite different. Trust is not as easy a concept to understand as it sounds. Right? So let's try and gain some insights into this trust business. Now you will all agree that trust is something which is a two-way street. Right? You can't keep on trusting other people without them trusting you. As a leader or as a team member, your expectation always is that people should trust me. We all want other people to trust us. But tell me one thing. It's perfectly alright to have that expectation that people should trust me. Do we ask ourselves a question? Am I trustworthy? Have you asked this question to yourself? Have you contemplated on this question? Have you introspected on this question? Am I trustworthy? Majority of us, we don't ask this question. We take our trustworthiness for granted. In our own eyes, we are trustworthy. The other people, the world at large, is not trustworthy. Similarly, the world thinks about us in the same fashion. Now, what is this trustworthiness business? What does your trustworthiness depend on? So, there are two things that you need to be extremely careful about. These are the two things on which trustworthiness of any individual is dependent. The first and most important thing, your competence. Whatever your job is, whatever your work is, whatever is you are supposed to be doing, are you competent enough to do that? If that competence is not seen by others, they will not trust you for that job. It is as simple as that. The way in which at our places, in our homes, we don't give a toddler of 3 or 4 months old toddler in the hands of 10 or 12-year-old kid. Why don't we give it? Because we are almost certain in our mind that that 10 or 12-year-old does not have competence to hold that 2 or 3 month old. So even if that 10 or 12-year-old person is our son or daughter, we still don't trust that person. The first essential component of trustworthiness is competence, whether at home or at work. The second aspect of trustworthiness, the person may have competence, right? The person may have competence. Your accountant might be world's best accountant possible, can do everything possible, but you have a nagging suspicion at all the times that because of this person's competence, there is also a possibility that this person might siphon off some money off my account. If you have that doubt in your mind, will you be able to trust that person? The second element of trustworthiness is all about character. So competence is not enough, character is not enough. Just because I am very well intentioned person, I am honest person, my integrity is, you can't argue about, but I don't have competence. Will you trust me? Or I might be extremely competent, but there are question marks about my character. Will you trust me? In either of these cases, you will not trust me, because trustworthiness is completely dependent on competence as well as character. Now, how do you assess competence of your people, character of your people? Competence is easier to measure because you have KRAs, KPIs, and various performance matrices on which you can measure the performance of an individual. Character is a subjective thing, right? And that's where many organizations have behavioral competencies in place, behavioral interview mechanism in place, and there are a number of other elements that you can put in practice so as to assess the character elements of individuals. And that assessment on both these parameters will tell you how much trustworthy your team members really are. Now you need to assess expectations of your team members on the same two parameters for yourself. What do they think about you? Do they think you are competent? Do they think you have character? In your opinion, you may have character. Do they think? That's what matters. And that's why I always say trust is of two types again. The first trust is functional in nature. That means if I assign you a task, once I have assigned the task to you, after that I don't have to look at it. You will do it completely. There are no doubts in my mind. So related to task, related to job, related to function, no issues. I can trust you with my eyes closed. The second type, which is actually the first type of trust, is completely dependent on your competence to do that job. The second type of trust, I call it personal trust. That means whenever I look at you, and it is especially important for you as a team leader or as an organizational leader. Whenever your team member looks at you, do they think that whatever happens, this guy has my back? If your people believe that you have their back, come what may, you have earned their personal trust. It goes far beyond competence, far beyond work relationships, far beyond your personal relationships. Whether it's a personal relationship, domestic relationship, whether it is a familial relationship, whether it is a work relationship. Personal trust is the highest level of trust, and it can only be earned. You can't demand it. It can only be earned by demonstrating behavior of integrity at all the times. So to sum it up, we need to keep 4 words in mind. 2 for trustworthiness and 2 for trust. Trustworthiness depends on competence, character. Trust is of 2 types, functional and personal. Right? The competence decides the functional trust. Character decides the personal trust. If you are taking care of all these 4 elements, trusting relationships among your team members and between you and your team members will never be an issue. But to demonstrate that character as well as that personal trust, mark my words, your behavior is going to be tested on the parameters of integrity at all the times by your team members and by the world at large. So you have to be careful about these elements. If you are keen on having that trusting relationship, these are the things that you need to do. See you in the next video.